All right, welcome everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I'm the president and founder of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a non-delegated correspondent lender that operates a little bit differently. So I'd like to thank you all for joining us to talk about our branch opportunity. We are definitely looking for team leaders and branch managers in order to support our teams here. So let me go ahead and screen share and talk a little bit more about what makes us different. And then a little bit later, I'll have Kyle, our COO, and Jose, our sales manager, talk a little bit more about what they bring to the team. So even though, as Kyle mentioned before we started, definitely want to make sure you check out the whole loan officer version of this video, which is, there's a replay right here. So please watch this if you haven't. But I'm going to go through the loan officer page. So this is the general loan officer page, just to talk about a little bit about what makes us different. And then we can talk about the requirements for the branch and stuff. And Kyle will go over a couple slides there. So as far as this page, this is the general page. And we always go through these couple bullets that kind of explain what makes us different as a team, as a lender, and how you guys kind of fit in. So since we're non-delegated, we feel that's the best model for the team and the kind of business model that we've built. So we have access to over 60 lenders to do wholesale brokered deals. So we love to broker as well as 25 correspondent investors where we're the lender, which gives us a lot of benefits, especially when we're doing the type of programs that we love to do here, and especially when we do the leads at scale like we love to do. So we've built this business model at a FDIC bank over 4 years ago. Then we took that to the broker world, and then we went to non-del, and we feel that the non-del is kind of the best of both worlds there and allows us the most options for our borrowers. Now, why do we do that? Because we are all about leads. Hopefully that's why you guys are here as well. We are all about filling our team, our LOs, with leads at a 50-50 split. If you watch the loan officer version, you'll see Kyle go through all the different options of that, but that's what we're all about. We've built everything built on a lead generation platform. So that's why we love non-delegated. So we have an option for every loan. We need to have a home, a program, somewhere to fit every loan. We get the craziest requests when we're doing leads at scale. So we need to be able to have all the little niche programs for the stuff that is a little bit outside the box. That's also why we focus on a lot of non-QM programs. If you join the loan officer version, you hear us talk about that's typically the lead spin that we do. But of course, you guys can operate your own businesses as you see fit. Now, everything operates, how we basically implement everything is our mortgage software. So we have our CRM with our dialer. Please watch the video where you can see Kyle go through all the back end of this. That all plugs into our website with our 1003. So customers can go from name, email, phone, all the way to pulling credit, their files in Encompass. They got their VOE, their VOI, their VOA. Everything's already done in an Encompass, all without ever leaving the screen, right? In one smooth flow. And we do that all through APIs, basically. So our CRM integrates with our POS and our LOS. Everything integrates, pricing, disclosures, everything with over 30 APIs to push the process all the way from start to finish, basically automatically, even for non-QM loans, which are pretty much impossible to automate in this way. That's really where we specialize, is built a system that, of course, works for conventional, but works for non-QM as well. We also do a lot of support. So at the bank, obviously, there was no support. Broker world, everybody has different support, which is awesome. We love to go through that model as well. But we found that under our business being very different, we need to support everybody at all times. So Kyle will talk a little bit more about your guys' role as branch managers and support. But we love to do our daily live trainings as a group. So every day we do a live group training. We also love to do our one-on-one team leader support calls. So team leader, that means you guys, right? As branch managers, you may have a few team leaders under you that are heading up teams, especially the junior LOs as they get their first few loans done. But it's important that we're all on the same page, that we're all based around supporting our teams and providing one-on-one support or group support, whatever form that may take. We're also all about our live support and our online training center. So you guys will see how you fit in there. Obviously, we have our support staff in the Zoom room to answer any quick questions. You guys should be available as well as branch managers and team leaders. And if you have any ops staff for your branch, and if you have any policies and procedures, we're going to implement that into our training center. So we want to make sure everybody's on the same page. We have a company-wide training center where all of our policies and procedures are based through a gated curriculum. So you guys can plug into that as well. We have our knowledge center. That's our open-ended stuff where I just posted while we were waiting here new guidelines for a new lender we just added today. So we had new lenders every day. We had new articles every day. The lender sent me some new matrices for some new programs. That's what I just uploaded just about 3 minutes ago, right before we started going live here. So these are ever-growing resources that we have, and you guys as branch managers will participate in that as well. We go through this in the training, but basically we want to set you guys up with leads as well. So Kyle will talk about how you as branch managers fill your pipeline. But this bullet point here is more about us filling the LO's pipeline. So if your LOs already have lead campaigns, that's great. They'll get plugged into the system. And if they need to sign up for a new campaign, they'll get plugged into the system with our lead setup there is what we've been there. So a lot of great options for your team to build their own lead generation campaigns. And of course, we love to do DSCR loans. If you guys have seen any of our videos, that's what we're very passionate about. I love those as well. We can do those in about 30 states outside of our footprint. And then, of course, we're licensed in 17 states. So hopefully as branch managers, you guys can take advantage. Make sure you read all the memos and guide your team accordingly to navigate through those little tricky steps there. But those business purpose loans, we can expand our footprint. You guys should definitely take advantage and use that to generate some leads for your team in states that they don't necessarily have to be licensed in as well. And to top it all off for the LOs, there's never any fees because we've built everything from the ground up. You guys will see a little bit more of the back end of some of the stuff that goes in to operate the actual system. But for our LOs, we always want to make sure there's no fees of any kind. We want to make it simple and easy for them and not have to hire or sign up for any third-party systems and pay any third-party fees or anything like that. They get one login. They can do everything start to finish. Keep it simple for them. Now, the rest of this is the comp plan. So obviously, we're not going to go through that with you guys here as the branch managers. So let me flip over real quick, run through a couple bullets here that we have posted on the branch manager page. And then Kyle will take over with some formal slides here. So basically, the idea behind the branch managers, and, of course, if you're building a team, doesn't necessarily have to be under a branch, but that's the whole point here. We're going to give your leads to your MLOs at a 50-50 split. So that's what Kyle will explain, that everybody loves to, help their team with their self-generated loans, which is amazing. But where we can give a great opportunity for us all here as branch managers to generate a lot more revenue is to fill your branch with leads. So Kyle will show you guys exactly how to do that. And of course, as we talked about, we're going to do that with our CRM. It's proprietary. We'll have a patent pending here shortly once we finish up a few different things. So that's going to be pretty cool. And it integrates with the website, as we said before. So you guys as a branch would have your own website as well as every, LO under the branch. So same idea as we talked about before. Same idea before as routing leads for you guys as a branch and setting up your own leads as well. So if you have your own lead sources, great, plug and play. And if you need new leads, we'll set you up to put them in there. Kyle will talk about what we require for every branch on the lead end. We already talked about this. We love to do the DSCR loans. We want to make sure you guys are on board with doing the one-on-one support calls. That's super important. Jose will talk a little bit more about how that actually looks in person. And then, of course, you need to be ready for the daily Zoom support calls that it takes to really operate a remote branch. Remember, we're not in the office. You got to be ready and willing to take meetings all day, just as if we were in an office. So a little bit different way to operate here. But we'd love to bring on anybody who's interested and kind of fits with our lead-based and remote model. So let me pass it over to Kyle, our COO, who can go ahead and screen share some of the slides, a little bit more about the branch specifics of how to get set up. You ready, Kyle?
Yeah, absolutely. So I just have a graphic here just to go over real quick. So how does this work as far as compensation to the branch, right? That's what we want to know. Again, I dropped the link in there to get onto the loan officer training where we go over their compensation plans. And we actually do it tomorrow at 1 p.m. on Tuesday. So if you haven't yet seen that, definitely use that link, register for that so you can see how everything works on the back end. But as a branch, what are you getting when a loan closes at your branch, right? You're getting 25 basis points compensation. So all the loans from the loan officers that are at your branch, you're going to get that 25 basis points to the actual branch. Now, here is what is really going to generate a lot of your revenue as a branch, which is the 50-50 split on leads. So the leads that you purchase and provide for your loan officers, those are on a 50-50 split. So what you'll see on our compensation plans is when a loan officer takes one of our leads, they're going to have a 50-50 split on that. So what does that mean? Our senior loan officers make 200 basis points. If they close one of the leads that you've provided for them, it's 100 basis points to you, right, for that lead, plus your 25 basis points for the branch compensation. So if one of your loan officers at your branch closes one of your leads and they're a senior loan officer, you are now making 125 basis points because it's one of your leads that you provided. So a lot of the profit is going to be generated by you providing them with leads, whether they're leads that you purchase through the system or they're leads that you bring in from outside sources. Maybe you like Zillow ads or free rate update. As Nick said, we have a way to bring those into our system in real time as well. So whether you're getting them through our system or through another system, they're going to come into your CRM, automatically go out to your loan officers on a click to claim basis. So the first one that clicks to claim it is going to get the lead, and then they're going to close that loan and you're going to get that 50-50 split there, right? So that's how the leads are going to work. Now, not only are you going to get that compensation, are you going to be able to provide them with leads, but we will also provide you with the recruits. So we have 350 loan officers. We have loan officers that we can put at your branch. So as soon as we get your branch set up, we can start putting loan officers at your branch so that you can start being their branch manager, helping them disclose files, go over the stuff that Jose is about to talk about. So we'll also provide you the actual loan officers. So not only are we going to pay you based on the loans closed in your branch, not only are you going to be able to provide leads to your loan officers at a 50-50 split, we're going to actually give you the loan officers to manage at your branch. Now, you can also go above and beyond and recruit loan officers to your branch, which is going to give you some extra revenue. So all loan officers at our company get extra revenue from the people that they recruit. There is a recruiting bonus. So if you as the branch manager recruit your own loan officers, you're actually going to get that extra recruiting bonus as well. So we'll provide you with loan officers. You can also go get your own loan officers and put them at your branch so that you make money on their production, you make the lead split on the leads, and you also get an extra little kick because you recruited that person. So that is how it's going to work. And keep in mind, we are still going to provide your loan officers with leads just like we do with every loan officer, right? We're still going to provide them with the leads, the technology, the training. They plug into all of our trainings, the training center, the knowledge center. They use our Zoom support room. They are plugged in just like anyone else. There is no difference between the loan officers at your branch or at our main branch or at any other branch as far as what they have access to with our company. They're still going to get our leads. It's just you're going to provide them leads beyond that because you are going to want to make your 50-50 split on the leads that you provide to your loan officers. So that's how the branch is going to work as far as compensation and recruiting and providing you the loan officers. Now let's talk about what it's going to take for your branch. What is the investment? First off, you're going to need to pay your branch fees to the MLOS. That's going to depend on what state you are in. Some states it might be a couple $100. Some states it might be a couple $1,000. So it depends on the state, but you're going to need to pay your branch fees to the MLOS. You are also, as one of our branches, required to spend at least $1,000 a month in ads. Now, that is the bare minimum. You should be spending a few thousand at least, because those leads are what's going to go to your loan officers that you've purchased so that you can get the 50-50 split. So we want to make sure if you're a branch manager, you need to align with our company's interests and be providing your loan officers with leads. There's kind of two parts of the job here. One of the parts of the job is to provide your loan officers with leads. The other part of the job is to provide your loan officers with extra support, which is what Jose is going to go over. So you need to be at least spending a minimum of $1,000 a month on leads to make sure you're giving leads to your loan officers so you can get that 50-50 split. The other cost here is your services for your loan officers. So $100 a month per loan officer that's at your branch. What does that do? That covers their MLOS sponsorship fees that we pay. That covers making their company email, their company phone number, the usage, right? We get charged every time they send a text, an email, all that kind of stuff. Well, not an email, but text messages, phone calls, right? There are usage fees. So only $100 a month is going to cover everything that is going to be involved with you having a loan officer at your branch. So you don't have to provide them with a company email or a company phone number or a CRM. You don't have to, do any of that. We're going to cover the MLOS sponsorship fees and everything like that. So that is the requirement for a branch. Set yourself up in the MLOS. Make sure you're spending money to create leads for your branch and pay their usage fees, which is just $100 a month for the loan officers at your branch. So that's how that is going to work. Now I'm going to go ahead and send it over to Jose to talk about the support side of things and what we're going to be looking and expecting from you as a branch manager, helping the loan officers and supporting them. So go ahead, Jose.
All right, how's everybody doing today? Thank you for joining us at the Mortgage Calculator. So definitely, we got the leads and the technology to help you grow, and we have the team already in place. We have the recruits, but obviously the branch manager is an important part of that equation, because you would be providing essentially the mentorship to your branch. You would be the gatekeeper for the files that would be getting submitted, because only the senior MLOs are able to disclose files on their own. So you would be doing a lot of file structure meetings, which we love to do. We do have our Calendly. It is open. Usually we have a branch meeting in the morning, but other than that, the Calendly is open every day, Monday through Friday till like 8:30 at night, and open for a few hours on the weekends as well, because we don't want our MLOs to have a file ready to disclose and then tell them that they have to wait till Monday or anything like that. So disclosure meetings are priority, and those we usually try to fit in whenever we can, even if there is no link available at that moment, no time available to meet. We usually ask the MLOs to reach out, and we set something up so that we can get that file disclosed. So definitely file structure meetings, file disclosure meetings. Obviously, the file structure meeting would be up front. Make sure that that loan has traction. It's off to the correct trajectory. It's not some type of wild goose chase for the MLO or the borrower, because we want a positive experience for everybody. And then once they've done their due diligence, put their file together, they then set up the file disclosure meeting with you, where you will again review the file, make sure it's complete, make sure it's ready to go for the program type that was selected, and that also make sure that the program type that was selected is applicable to the borrower. So we do that QC vetting on the file, and if everything is okay, if it's a correspondent file, we go ahead and disclose it right then and there during our meeting. Most of the files that we do is us as correspondent lenders. We do have some scenarios where we broker the files instead, so we would not physically disclose those ourselves. At that point, we would still approve the disclosure, make sure everything is complete, and then the MLO would proceed to upload that already reviewed and approved file to the portal of whichever lender he chose if we're brokering the deal, and then they would disclose the file accordingly. However, as correspondent lenders, we do get preferred pricing and a quicker turnaround for sure on the disclosure, and obviously stay in control of the situation, because as you know, every now and then a file falls out wherever it was submitted, and we have to quickly resubmit somewhere else, and that resubmission process is a whole lot quicker and easier if we are a correspondent lender, and if everything stays in our name, like appraisal, title, insurances, and everything else. So again, you'll be mentoring your team for file structure, file disclosures. When conditions come in, you may have to meet with them again to go over conditions, make sure they understand everything that is coming into play so that we can have a quick and easy closing. So a lot of opportunities here for branch managers to do very well. We have a whole lot of programs, and really looking forward to having you all on board in the near future.
All right, thank you, Jose. So what we'll do here is we'll open it up to questions if anybody has any questions, but the next step is going to be to email us branches@themortgagecalculator.com if you want to move forward. You could also email me, Kyle@themortgagecalculator.com, but branches@themortgagecalculator.com. What we'll do is we'll set up an actual interview with yourself, Nick, and Jose and I, and we will go ahead and talk to make sure this would be a good fit for you, get all the details going if we're going to move forward. So next step would be to email branches@themortgagecalculator.com, and we'll set up a one-on-one face-to-face meeting with you.